What's up, guys? Cajun here. I'm back at the castle. I mean, this place has been great. I've found like 10 bathrooms, 2 kitchens. There's a McDonald's in there. There's a Chick-fil-A in there. It's pretty cool. Y'all should come visit. But I'm making this video today because we have to talk about the critical ops operations. Now, yes, I know I have not been on critical ops for a super long time. Whenever I do get the chance to stream, recently I've been playing other things. Off the top of my head, Rainbow Six.
Oh, that's good, man.
Oh, no,
Nice.
we're outstanding.
Last one's on B. Last one's here on ping. Red ping. Behind snowmobile.
Come on, Payne, you got this. You got this.
You don't need to push. You don't need to push. You don't need to push.
Let's go, Payne!
Fortnite, Overwatch. But lately, I don't know why. There seems to be nothing pushing me to play critical ops at the moment. I know partially it's because I don't really have any more friends that A, want to play COps, B, they bought PCs and they play like CSGO or Valorant or something like that, or C, my IRL friends just play a ton of other games, and so I usually, I hang out with them all the time, so I play what they play. I don't think it's a secret that I've wanted my content to be more of a variety channel rather than just critical ops. I know some of you that tune into the stream know that I hate when someone's like, don't play this, play critical ops. It's like, yeah, I get I've been doing this for, what, 6-7 years now, and critical ops is kind of like the main thing that I've had on the channel, but I don't know, I like other games too, and I want to play other games too. But even with that, even with me playing other games, COPS will still always have that place in my heart as my main game, because I do want to see not only COPS succeed as a game, but also everyone at Critical Force. I still talk to most everyone daily. Still talk to Zinklar, to Kale, to Nigel, to Wadi, to Avery. Wadi when he's not making dad jokes, which is never. So I never really talk to Wadi anymore, and just stuff like that. So yeah, I still talk to them daily and help COPS grow and develop with certain things in PTP, influencer chat, all that stuff. So no, I'm not going anywhere, in case you were thinking that, but there just may be less COPS on the channel than there used to be. I'll still try and do update videos. I'll still try and do critical or Operation Pass review videos, which is kind of what this is. But anyway, off of that tangent, I wanted to talk about things that aren't really pulling me towards COPS. With a lot of these other games that I've been playing, their battle passes and events have been the things to really engage me. And COPS in their battle pass system did too, before it became kind of monotonous towards the end. But then Critical Force surprised us with new operations. Hey, we're going to have operations. They're going to be better than the old critical passes. They're going to be 100 tiers. You're going to have so many rewards. And yes, that was the case. But recently, it hasn't really lived up to the hype. So before we compare and contrast, let's take a look at the latest operation, Supernova. All right, so here we have Special Operation Supernova, and Special Operation, because it's one of these 20 tier ones. The regular operations are called operations, of course. So let's take a look and see what we have here. First, fantasy case, and there are a ton of things you can get from here. Flintlock pistol, sorry, still don't have. Fire breather deagle, still don't have. A lot of these knife skins don't really have, but these animations, the tier 5s, I have all of them except for this HK. The only problem with this is this requires credits, and sure, I would buy credits if I had the money to get some cases, But I do like that these are in here because it sort of tempts people or gives people a free trial of these cases. And it's like, hey, look, if you want some more of these cases, this is what's in there. You know, go buy you some. 50 credits, common case or a tier 2 case, premium case, another 50 credits, standard case, common case, 50 credits, uncommon case or a tier 3 case as they used to be called, standard case, 50 credits, premium case, a rare case or a tier 4 case as they used to be called, standard case, 50 credits, very rare case or a tier 5, premium case, credits, another fantasy case, and then magic touch for the final tier. Now, if you look at these gloves closely, I don't know why, but they kind of look familiar to me. I believe there's an FP6 with this gun or with this skin. I can't remember. Okay, so I'm thinking of Borealis. It's kind of the same thing. I mean, if you look at that and then you look at the gloves, it's kind of the same thing. But there's one more thing to why it looks so familiar, but we'll get back to that in a little bit. Now back to why those gloves look so familiar in a little bit. But let's look back on all of the operations since the start. Starting off, we had Operation Frontier, which had a cost of 2,000 credits, all of which you gained back. So you would put 2,000 credits in, you get 2,000 back from the pass. Easy. You could buy the next pass. But of course, if you're like me, you're probably going to buy like a case or two with those, and then you're going to have to, you know, spend them all again. But if you can save your money and make responsible adult decisions, then you too can buy the next pass. Not me. I've never spent money wisely a day in my life. That's why I have this. This. Because I care too much about my content and poured so much money into it with nothing in return. So continuing with Operation Frontier, it had 100 tiers. 39 of those tiers were skins, plus a couple because I counted frag, smoke, and flash skins all as one category. When I counted the skins, you know, they were all together. So like 42, 43, something like that. 3 premium cases, 21 emblems, and 5 inspect and reload animations. 4 of them were inspects, 1 of them were reload. And then if we take a look at the next operation, Operation Boiling Point, we see that it has a lot of similarities on the surface. 2,000 credits to get in. Again, all of them return to you at the end. You get all 2,000 of those back, and you get to make irresponsible adult decisions and buy 2 event cases with that. 100 tiers, 39 skins, 2 premium cases, 19 emblems, and 5 inspect animations. A ton of awards, right? A ton of rewards for the Operation Pass. But now, let's take a look at all of the special operations. Moonfall, Rising Sun, Star Ignite, and Supernova. In total, they cost 4,000 credits. And real quickly, the first 2 operations were over the span of 2 months each, so about 4 months. So, and now all 4 of these special operations also have been in the span of 4 months or so. So, in total, they cost 4,000 credits. You only get back 1,200 credits. So you have to pay each time for the pass. No more getting all your credits back and you being a wise adult and being able to save your credits and get the next one. Can't do that. You only get 300 out of 1,000 credits each pass that you put in. That doesn't make a lot of sense to me personally, but hey, in total, they're all 80 tiers. They're all 20 tiers each, but in the total 80 tiers. They have a grand total of 6 skins. Let me say that again. 80 tiers, 6 original skins. There's 8 tier 2 or common cases, 4 tier 3, 4, and 5 or uncommon, rare, and ultra rare, uncommon, rare, and very rare. Yeah, I was right. Okay. Uncommon, rare, and very rare. 12 standard and premium cases each, 12 each. 1 black metal and ethereal case, and 2 power of justice and fantasy cases. Also, remember how I told you that the Supernova gloves, the Magic Touch gloves, look so familiar? Well, that's because Star Ignite has a pipe wrench that is literally the same texture, literally the same skin. They're pairs of each other. In Moonfall and Rising Sun, we got the pairs together. In Moonfall, we got the Moon Crash Trench Knife, the Stellar Crash gloves, God. In Rising Sun, we got the Solar Flare Short Sword and the Sunspot gloves. And then Star Ignite and Supernova were split up from that pattern. And for Star Ignite, you got the Tier 7 Justice Rod, Pipe Wrench, and in Supernova, you get Tier 7 Magic Touch gloves. So not only are they now making lesser tiered operation passes, they are now separating them and making those even lesser. So instead of a singular Star Ignite pass having both the Magic Touch gloves and the Justice Rod Pipe Wrench, CF's decided, oh, we're going to separate these so you have to buy both passes if you're a collector and want the pair. Which is a pretty smart business decision, but there could be so much more to it. And now you're probably saying, Cajun, surely you aren't mad at all this. All 6 of those skins are Tier 7. The rest are at least Tier 2. And sure, that would be perfectly fine if I didn't have every skin in the game already. See, the final issue with why Critical Ops isn't pulling me in anymore is that I've got everything I could want. I started out as a free-to-play player. I bought cases by farming credits from missions, and I was so excited when I had enough for a case. I actually still remember my first ever skin. The Carmine for the GSR 1911. The original model, before the model that's current, before they added the silencer. That's crazy. But the reason I enjoy the battle passes, critical passes, the operation passes, is because I enjoy skins. That's why I spent $40 on the world skin. And I may as well tell the truth. These past couple of years since I've been a mod in the influencer program, I get monthly / evently cases. And it's not a ton. It's about 5 to 10 event cases per event, and then like 10 premium cases per month. Not a ton, but to a former free-to-play player who had just started spending money. A lot of money, by the way. Summer event cleared my wallet every year that I was supposed to be saving money, but I never did. That's cool. You know, of course, give me cases, please. So I know my collection has been completed thanks to CF. And of course I still have skins from events to get, but this is my point. The only cases that entice me in the operations are the event cases. Yeah, the knives and all are cool too, but if I don't have it, I'm not super torn up about it. Not like I used to be. I've always been someone who enjoys more the gun skins than the knife skins anyway. Throwback to the Critical Pass rankings video I did way back when, which, by the way, part 2 of that is still in the works to get all the Critical Passes rated. It's a lot of work. I'm still filling out the chart. I'm gonna have it done by the summer. I promise. It's gonna come out. You know, Season 7 was my favorite Critical Pass. And that was the one with the Venom AK. And that season also had a ton of skins. Didn't have repeat skins or anything like that. It just had a ton of skins, and there was no knife skin to it. All of the artwork was really good. But that goes to prove my point. I care more about the gun skins because you're using the gun skins for more amount of time. You're not just looking at your knife 100% of the match. Like 90% of the match, you're probably looking at your gun. Anyway, back to my original point. With the tier and standard and premium cases in the past, all those skins that I could be getting just get converted into blue tokens and then sit in my inventory and do nothing. Like I have 212,350 blue tokens that are just gathering dust because I have zero use for them. Now, of course, this isn't an issue for the average player, but for competitive players, for OGs that have been playing the game for years and years and years, we need other new skins to entice us to complete the operations. I've barely played COPS for about 3 to 4 months now, particularly for this reason. Because I haven't felt the need to play it. I don't feel the need to hop on and do my daily missions for the day if I haven't done a play session for that day. For newer players and free-to-play players, these passes are great. They're phenomenal. But there needs to be sort of this even field between the two. And I think these are the things that need to happen. And not necessarily in any order. This is just what I thought of off the top of my head. I thought about these 4 things. First, passes need to be 50 to 70 tiers. Like I said, Season 7 was my favorite critical pass. That had 70 tiers. But even if it's at 50, I personally think that's okay. That way you can still fit premium, standard, tiered cases in there. And heck, maybe even throw in some seasonal event cases in there to tempt players to buy those cases. Because more free players are using the Battle Pass to see what kinds of skins there are in those cases. 2, I think all credits must come back. Maybe not all, maybe like 100, 200, if it's off by that much. Okay, that's fair. I get it. Because I know the strategy of not giving all those credits back leads to more sales, because people need to watch ads or buy credits again to do the next pass. Smart, but again, kind of shitty, especially if you want the more casual players to buy into the pass. I think it'd be a lot easier to convince them to spend more money if they didn't have to spend $10 each time, but rather lower credit packages of $240 and $620 for $2 and $5 respectively. And if we go back to these longer form passes, maybe the $620 is the higher end, and maybe the $10 for another 1,000 credits could be the upper end. I personally think animations and emblems need to come back. I'll admit I wasn't the biggest fan of emblems in the critical passes at first when they eventually got in there. But over the lifetime of the critical passes, I have enjoyed the emblems. I think they're cool. I also think that maybe there needs to be a way to, I don't know, maybe like use the blue tokens to upgrade it to an animated emblem or something. Put animated emblem stuff like that into the past. I don't know. I know that's probably kind of hard, and it probably would ruin, storage space. But I think it would be cool to see emblems and even animated emblems in the past again. And then off of that, animations were really cool to see, because other than the ones in Frontier and Boiling Point, I don't think we've seen a new animation in a little while, unless I missed one in an event case, which I know the animations are very difficult to make. So I understand if we don't get like 10 per operation, but maybe like 2, 3, maybe 4. That would be cool. I think more reload options need to be a thing, because having 4 inspect and 1 reload isn't that's not fair. I also think that the seasons themselves need to be longer, especially if we go to this 50 to 70 tier system, or if ever we go back to the 100 tier system. I think the 2 months 100 tiers was perfect, because literally every other game I've seen that has a battle pass system or an equivalent system runs for about 2 to 3 months at a time. So that way, I know we need people playing COPS like 24/7, or the goal is to get them playing 24/7. But someone like me who wants to play other games with friends who don't play COPS, those 2-3 months that I would have to complete an operation would be easier to complete if I had the time to do it. Having battle passes every month is cool, but to give artists more time to work, to give the players more time to complete it, make the passes longer. And of course, this will affect the bottom line, with Critical Force losing out on a good bit of revenue over some months for not selling a critical pass. But if you double it, and you then it should work, right? I think so. I think it would work, but what do I know? I'm not a game dev. I genuinely think if y'all give it the time, it'll work out on the long run. that's all I can think of off the top of my head. Just one more thing, really. In the PTP chat, when we found out about CF's plans to switch to the operation system and make these passes better, a lot of us were excited, but CF only gave the new system 2 chances to work. If the format was hurting that bad, why not even go back to the original form of the 30 tier passes instead of giving us these minimal 20 tier passes? I understand if special operations are needed to keep revenue coming in for a profit, but if that's the case, name the minimal ones the operations and then the longer ones special operations, because that's what they'll be, a special event. Also, one last thing, when Operation Star Ignite released, I posted a thread in our suggestions thread in the COPS Discord. These are viewable by everyone that's an influencer, or pro player, moderator, dev, etc. They can see these threads. And here is what I put. Now, y'all know I'm not one to disagree much with the changes that CF makes, but these special operations have been flat out awful in terms of content. In 3 months and for 3,000 credits, we were getting significantly less than we got in 4 months with 4,000 credits, and still the same with the release of... This was back when Star Ignite released, so with the release of Supernova, it's the same. I said there's no incentive really for older players to play. A lot of us already have all the skins we want, so the standard and premium cases in the past do absolutely nothing for us except fill up our blue tokens more and more with nothing to spend them on. And I get why these special operations are being done. I do, but the changed operations were supposed to be better than the 30 tier pass, not worse with 20 tiers. Could be argued that we've gotten better value, a knife and gloves with every special pass except Star Ignite, but we've had 0 animations, 0 emblems, 0 skins for actual guns for months. I like seeing these other forms of content in the past. Why aren't we getting them? TLDR, operations are supposed to be better than the 30 tier critical pass. And that got reactions from Ambitious, Hiraeth, whoever the hell that is, Jello, Symboli, Hasabu, Koikin, UNF, and True Blue. There was discussion underneath. Tints said he enjoyed these past few operations, but there was some discussion. Eject agreed as well. He also had other things to say, but there were no devs that commented on this. Just Ken, Jim, Eject, Destiny, Tints, and I. So I know Zinklar watches the videos from time to time. I know Kali watches the videos from time to time. I know Nigel will pop in from time to time. And again, y'all know that I'm not really one to talk out against Critical Force, but I feel like something has to be done here. And if it sounds like I'm angry in the video, I'm not. I'm really not. I just wanted to get all my points out there and see what the community thinks about the recent passes. Get my thoughts on how the pass could be done better. And yeah, I'm open to conversation. I know me and Kale or me and Zinklar have DM'd about it from time to time. We've talked to PTP as well. So I'm still open to conversation. I think the operations need more work. I'm not tempted to play COPS because there's not really anything for me here. I can't progress. And I mean, in my opinion, I'm hard stuck, diamond. So there's not really anything to entice me to ranked either. Like, I'm still gonna play it. I'm still gonna enjoy it with a rage. But yeah, everyone, let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. I know the next couple passes are probably set, so I don't think it'll change right away after Supernova. But I hope we can see something similar to Frontier and Boiling Point sometime soon. Anyway, appreciate you guys watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.